Good morning. Hello, Carol. Good to see you. Hi, Susan. Good morning. Oh, it's good to be here. Such an exciting day, you know, with the new machine on my desk. Hi, Jean. Welcome. Oh, good. She's got her coffee. Fabulous. So do I. Good morning, Yvonne. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, we have so many watching. Malata. Is it Malata or Malata? Not sure how to say your name. She is from Virginia Beach. How nice to have you here. Welcome. Oh, and Yvonne is already sharing. That's so sweet of you. Thank you. Carol has a Starbucks in hand. Oh, you've been out and about this morning. Good for you. That's fun. I had a little technical difficulties. I was all set up, and then my iPad would not open. Like, how does that happen? Like, I would press the button and I wouldn't get a picture. So, I don't know. So then I had to turn it off, which, you know, takes a while. Then I had to turn it on, which takes a while. And then I finally got it to go. I was like, oh, you know, can you ever have a smooth Facebook Live? That is the question. Probably not. Oh, goodness. Hello, Dee. Good morning. Oh, Malata. Is that right? I don't remember which way I said it. It's either a long A at the beginning, Malata, which I think was wrong. I think that's how I said it first. Or a short A, Malata, is the correct way to say it. Help me, is it a long A or a short A? I should have said it that way the first time around. I'll watch for your answer. Hi, Deb. Good to see you. Yeah, Carol says technology is the worst enemy and the best friend. Yes, you're right. Long A, Malata. Hello, Malata. I got it right. I'll remember that from now on. Yay! So nice to have you here. We've got newbies. I've got downline members. Hi, Lynn. She's so anxious to see the new machine. Good morning. Oh, Kim is here. She loves my earrings. Oh, these are ancient. Which ones do I have in? I gotta look. Yeah, these are pretty old. Oh, maybe high school. Oh dear. Goodness. Yeah, I don't, you know, it's so weird. I do love beautiful jewelry. I probably love beautiful jewelry probably the most of anything, but yet I don't really invest that much in it. I don't know why. I should. I have a good savings account. I could buy some beautiful jewelry, but I don't know. I'm just not a shopper. I don't shop for clothes. I don't shop for shoes. I don't shop for earrings. When I go golfing, I don't wear the golf glove. I don't wear the fancy golf clothes. I actually wear hiking shoes as my golf shoes. Only in Minnesota can you get away with stuff like that. I don't know. I'm just not a shopper. I do plenty of shopping at Stampin Up. Let me tell you. Let's be clear. I am a Stampin Up shopper, but not much for anything else. It's just boring to me. I don't know why. Oh, goodness. Hello, hello. So good to see you. Okay, so I have a card to share. So this was given to me by one of my downline members. Her name is Karen Mack. She knows me so well. So she used a brand new stamp set in the holiday. Okay, we're not calling it holiday. In the new August through December mini catalog from Stampin Up, she created a stamp set, or she created a card with a stamp set that she knew I would love. Of course, I can't remember the name of the stamp set. Maybe one of you guys will recognize it. But it's this one. It's the coffee stamp set. Isn't it pretty? So she made this card special for me. I love it. Here it is. and uses that fabulous paper that's going to be in my August card kit. This is part of your August card kit, is this paper. I don't know, where is my hand? It is the, oh, you guys, I just have serious Alzheimer's issues. I shouldn't even call it Alzheimer's because it's probably not that. But I just can't remember names of products. It is it Tasteful Touches or is it, I can't remember. It's a designer series paper that has 24 sheets. It's like a double pack. I do know that. Yes, thank you, Karen Bongarts. This is a stamp set called Press On. I love it. I love it. Now, Carol, who was I talking to? Karen. Karen, do you know the name of this designer series paper? It's a quiz. You know what? Every time I get like those memory issues, I should just say, hey, it's quiz time. And then you guys can tell me what I need to know. How about that? Oh, Deb's telling me she can't remember the name either. Tasteful Textures? Kim thought it was Tasteful Textures. God, I just don't know. I don't have a catalog in front of me. Terrible. All right, but anyway, it's this. Of course, she decorated the inside because, you know, she's one of my downline members, and my downline members do that because they follow their leader, which I am one of. There you go. All right, beautiful. Thank you so much, Karen. Oh, and she decorated the envelope with a coordinating little cutout, and she did all the back of the envelope, and she sent it to me all separate so that I could just use this anytime I want to, with anyone I want to. But it's so pretty, I'm going to put it on display. Okay, so I know a bunch of you are here because you're not here to hear me talk about coffee and cards and all that. You're here to see the new machine because the new machine is in my house. My assistant and I opened it up yesterday. We had our own private unboxing and we squealed away with how excited we were. And then of course we immediately tried it and it was just as smooth as butter. So I'm going to share with you. And I'm going to share with you how to use it with an old style 3D embossing folder, which like I have one from 2 years ago that when we had the Big Shot machine, we had to use a blue plate with it in order for it to work. So I'll show you how to use those in the new machine. I will also use it with a regular embossing folder that's like not a super thick one, so you can see how to do that. And I will use it with the Stampin' Up 3D embossing folder so you can see how that works. I will use it with our dies. We have wonderful dies and I'll show you how to use it with that. I'll show you how to use it with intricate dies so that you get an idea of how well it cuts with intricate dies. I can assure you one pass through and everything cut beautifully. And then I will show you how to use it with an intricate die that has the adhesive sheet on the back, because of course you want to know, will it cut through the paper and the adhesive sheet, because that's really important, so that we can just peel that adhesive sheet off and use it like a sticker on our card. So I'll share that as well. And I think I should start showing you all this stuff. So let me, for some reason, oh, here it is. I was looking for my coaster. Not that my desk is really all that special, but I didn't want to put a hot cup of coffee on my desk directly. All right, so I'm going to show you. This is what the machine looks like. It's you know, it looks like it looks just beautiful. It's got a really nice handle on it. It collapses in, so if you're going to take it with you somewhere, it is very nice for that. You can fit it into a little spot in your car or in your camper if you're taking it with you on a camping trip. I do really love the size and the portability of it. I love it. It is very, very portable. I felt like our last machine wasn't quite as portable. Stampin' Up does give you wonderful directions, which for the first time in my life, after I used the machine, I did read the directions. Of course, not until later. but I had no problems figuring out how to use the machine. But I would say if you've never, ever, ever in your life used a cut and emboss machine before, you would want to read the directions first, not second. And then it comes with, and we're all so, so, so excited about this, it comes with numbered plates, because you know how it is. They tell you to use this plate, then they have the name of a different plate, and then they call it this plate, and then they have a clear plate, and then they have a blue plate, and then they have a gray plate, and then they have other kinds of plates, and they're all like, oh my God, who can keep up with that? Not this brain. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, how does that sit with you? Sits really, really well. So we have the base, which is number 1. We have the piece that we use for using with our dies. See, that is plate number 2. So when we do sandwiches and we want to tell our customers or tell our demonstrator friends how we did something, we can tell them what plates we used. Oh, I put down plate 1, then I put down plate 2. You know, we can just tell them what numbers everything are, which is so fabulous. And then we have 2 plate 3s. These are your cutting plates. So I only cut with 1. You can see I did a few little cuts on here. And then 1 I put over the top, and I leave it pretty clear because I like to make sure that my die hasn't moved or wiggled as I'm bringing it through the machine, so I don't cut on this plate. It does get some impressions as it is squeezed through the machine, but all cut plates do that. I should have showed you some of my old ones so that you can, yeah, I'm going to show you some of my old ones because honestly, if you're brand new to this, I remember the very first time I used a cut plate and I went, oh, it left cut marks. I was so sad because it like all this pretty stuff just got a cut mark on it. But you know what? That's normal. So let me grab some cut plates to show you what normal looks like. Normal. Let me show you normal. Do you see me? Do you see me now? No. This is a normal cut plate. Yeah. That's what yours will look like someday too. Okay, so just to prepare you for that, if you're not prepared. And then finally, we have a plate 4. So I'll go over how I'm using each of these. Kimberly is asking, when will this be available to everyone? Well, it's only available to demonstrators right now or to people joining Stampin' Up! Who put it in their starter kit through August 31st. Starting September 1st, it will be available to everybody. So if you are a customer, that's when it will be available to you. All right. Okay, so let me go ahead, flip the camera down, and we'll get this ball rolling. Give me a second here. Okay, so it's going to look really close in the camera because I don't know really how else to do this. Hold on, let me get things straightened out so it sort of looks straight. You know, there's always that delay. So it's all closed up like a cute little purse. And then what you do is you just open up these side panels and you just pop them down onto your counter, and that is your stabilizer. So you can then just run it through. It's fabulous. All right, let me just make sure we've got everything situated here as best we can. Yeah, I can't really do anything about the camera, but you'll be able to see how it works. I will show you maybe from this side what the handle looks like. It's very sturdy. It'll get millions and millions of turns through the years. It has the little, let me fold up one of these. It has a Stampin' Up! Logo right there on the inside. Looks really nice. And it has the exact same logo with the exact same beautiful silver plate on the other side as well. So when you have the machine completely opened up, you do see the Stampin' Up! Logos, which looks really sharp. So we'll open this up over here. There we go. And it's got a kind of a cushy handle. It's nice and soft. It's great for gripping. And the same with the handle. It's got a nice cushy handle. So the first thing that I'm going to let you know is that there is a 3-year warranty on the machine. And they do say that, you know, eventually Stampin' Up! Will be offering to demonstrators and customers the mini machine. They do say that you should not use the mini machine pieces in the big machine. So the big machine pieces get the big pieces, and the mini machine pieces get the mini pieces, and they really shouldn't be intertwined. So they do mention that. They also say that if you have another machine at home, sometimes the parts can be interchangeable. So for example, I can use my Big Shot plates in this machine as well. So some of the parts are kind of universal, but Stampin' Up! Can't guarantee the quality of it if you are using other machine parts. And sometimes you may have to use shims for that as well. Whereas if you have the new Stampin' Up! Machine, you will be getting all of these pieces when you get the machine. So you'll get plate 4, you'll get 2 plate 3s, you'll get a plate 2 and a plate 1. All of those will come with your machine, including directions, which it's helpful to read those. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started doing our embossing first. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take just a normal embossing folder. This one is called Winter Snow. It is out of our new catalog that Stampin' Up! Just debuted here a few days ago. And the way that we're going to do it is, if we're confused about how things work, we can take our plate 1, which is the platform, and we can look. It says, using with standard embossing folders, you will want 1, you will want a plate 3, your folder and paper, and another plate 3 over the top. So if you are confused, there's directions right here on plate 1. So we're going to take that, we're going to put our plate 3 down. Then we're going to take the snowflake folder. This again is just a normal embossing folder. We're going to put a piece of Seaside spray in here, close it up, and then put another plate 3 over the top. Then just like what you want to do is get it started, then hang on to your handle and roll it through. And there you have your embossed folder. It looks beautiful, does it not? Hopefully you can see that well. I think I have my lighting pretty good. So here's the front side. This is the embossed side, and then this is the debossed side, the back side. So then it's up to you and your creativity as to which side you want to use. Carol is asking if you have to install the handle. Yes, it took approximately 45 seconds to do that. And they do give instructions, so it was very, very easy. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to use one of the new embossing folders, again, that's in our holiday catalog, and it is called the Evergreen Forest 3D embossing folder. So I'll show you how to do the 3D folders, okay? So I have a piece of Pretty Peacock in here, and I just put it between my folder. Just, you know, right like that. Close it up. And again, to refresh your mind with what to do if you forget, you can use the 3D embossing folder by putting down your base plate, which is 1, your folder and paper, and then you're going to use plate 4. So we'll do that. So we'll put down our base plate. We'll put down our folder. You can do it any way. Put it in this way. And then grab your plate 4, which is going to work with Stampin' Up's 3D embossing folder. So let me run this through. Get it started, grab the handle, roll it through. Very well, and it makes that big jerk at the end because everything's coming out of that hole. But that's true in many embossing machines. And then you open it up, and there it is. Whoops, here, let me get it right. There we go. So you can see that it's deeply embossed, many different layers, because again, this is a 3D embossing folder. So you have the multiple layers of embossing, and then you have the deboss side. This particular folder, I think the embossed side looks the best, but you know, it's all how you want to use it. All right, so we'll set that one aside. Then if you're like me and you've been ordering Stampin' Up! For years and years, and you happen to have the tin tile embossing folder from when it first came out 2 years ago, Stampin' Up! Used to have us we used to run it through with something called a blue plate with our regular Big Shot embossing. But you can still use this. So how do you use an older style embossing folder? That's one of those old style 3D folders. Well, I figured it out. So first of all, I tried to do it as if it was a 3D embossing folder, and it didn't work. But I'll show you what that looks like. So I did it like this. And then I tried to roll it through, and it got stuck. It didn't work. I was like, oh, that's an old style folder, so that one didn't work. I wonder if I can find something else I can use. So then I grabbed, where is it? Here it is. I grabbed a plate 3, which is a little thinner than our plate 4. I put it over the top. Let me get this all lined up. I put it over the top. Magic! Perfect, perfect. And it worked. Beautifully, beautifully done. See? So that is the old style embossing folder from 3 years ago, or 2 years ago. So it will work. You don't need a blue plate. You don't need anything special. You just need your plate 1, your folder, your paper, and then you're going to top it off with a plate 3, and it will work beautifully. Okay, so that pretty much takes care of all the folder types that Stampin' Up! Has. Now let's go ahead and do some die cutting. So what we're going to need is we need our base plate, and again, we have directions. Place the die cutting edge down. So you're going to have plate 1, plate 2, plate 3, your paper, your die cut with the cut edge pointing down, and then you put plate 3 over the top. So let's go ahead and do that. So here's our plate 1, plate 2, and plate 3, because you need a cut plate for this one. Put your paper down, and right here I've got the stitched shape dies from Stampin' Up! So I'm going to take those, place them so that the cutting part is going down. Then take your plate 3 over the top, and this is your sandwich. So then you're going to run it through. And let's look and see how it looks. Beautiful. And I picked these because I wanted you to see how well the stitched edge turns out. So you can see that it cuts beautifully, including the stitched edge. Looks really, really nice. Okay, so that one's taken care of. Now what about more intricate cuts? So let's look at some dies that have a more intricate cut. So I grabbed the Poppy Moments dies. And the first one I'm going to cut, you may recognize it because I recently used it in a card, is this kind of bouquet of poppies right here, a whole little field of poppies. So again, we're going to use the same setup. We have the base, we have number 1, we have number 2, we have number 3, we have our paper, and we're just going to put this right over the top. Then we're going to take another cut plate, which is the 3 plate, and run that through the machine. All right, here it is, and here is the back. That was just one time through, and it looks like it cut really, really well, but the true test is when we take it out of the die. So I'm going to move this out of the way, and oh goodness, you're gonna get to see something you guys usually don't get to see. This is a little salmon box. We had gotten some salmon for Christmas one year, some smoked salmon. And look, these little wonderful pads just fit in here wonderfully. And then I have my little take your pick tool. I keep this tool over here with my box. And I'm just going to run that over the top. Lift it out. And it does leave a little bit in the die, but my other machine did that as well, so I'm not going to worry about that. I can poke that out later. And then here is the die cut. There's a few little pieces left, so I'm just going to run it over the top one more time. And this is what it looks like. And everything, almost everything came out, so then I can take my take your pick tool and just poke those remaining ones that didn't come out. And that's very typical. That is what I do with the other machine too. So it looks great. Probably can't even see it. There you go. Looks great. So that was one without adhesive on. So now, flip this over so it's ready for our next one. Move this out of the picture. Let's do this die cut because it's super thin little edges, see? And we're going to make this into a sticker die cut. So to do that, I'm going to use our adhesive, our adhesive sheets, I think they're called, adhesive sheets. So I have learned since I've been using these adhesive sheets a lot lately. I don't like touching them because as soon as you touch them, you get adhesive on your fingers. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but the adhesive is super sticky and then it's kind of annoying to get it on your fingers. So I've learned to cut the strips crossways so that I have these little pop-up areas so you can peel the adhesive easily. And what I do is I start it like this. See how that's starting to peel? But I don't want to touch that because it's really super sticky. So then I get it ready to put down on my paper. And then I pull it away like this. And then I don't have to touch it. So then I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing for the next one. I just get it started by rolling it back. Bring it right up to where I left off. Push it down. And there we go. So now I have this backing on here and I didn't have to touch it, which is like a big deal to me because I hate touching that stuff. It's so sticky, which it needs to be. If you're putting this on a card and you're turning tiny, tiny little edges into stickers, you need it to be sticky. All right, so let's get the die cutting machine back in here. And for this one, it's the exact same layers we're just using. So we have plate 1, we have plate 2, we have our cut plate, we have our adhesive backed paper, which we will put so that the adhesive faces down. We will put the die over the top of it, just like this. And we will top it with another number 3 plate. And again, we're going to run it through. I'm going to grab the top of the machine to stabilize it as I run it through. And there it is. So let me set this aside. Let me bring in my box here with everything I need. So I'm going to put this, oh, that one just cut right off there. So now we're going to take the take your pick tool, just run that over the top. And we will take our poker end, get a little edge started here, pull it away. And it worked really, really perfectly. So let me get this out of the way so you can see. It worked perfectly. I'll put it on here so you can see it. So that is the machine and the different ways that you can use it with the plates that you have, including using it with some adhesive sheets so that you can get these really tiny skinny die cuts. All right, is there any, I don't know if I can answer your questions, but I'll just look through here and see if there's any questions. Cindy Sue is asking if you can use old plates from prior Stampin' Up! Machines. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And no, we don't have a new magnetic plate available for purchase yet. Sharon is asking. We will have a magnetic plate I should have this in the picture so you got something to look at. We will have a magnetic plate that will be available later. That is not available for purchase yet, but you can see it in our catalog. And one thing I've heard about it, and probably one of the reasons that it's taking a while to get it, is it's going to be a different style of magnetic plate, so that, you know, do you remember how the old magnetic plate worked? You would take a little tiny die. Do I have a little tiny die here even to show you? So let's imagine that you had a magnetic plate and you'd take a little tiny die, like say something like this. You'd put it down and it would jump. Do you guys remember that? You'd put it down and it would jump, and it'd be like, oh, for crying out loud. Well, the plate that Stampin' Up! Is working on is not going to do that. It's going to be magnetized in a different way. Don't ask me how, because I'm not really that good with that scientific stuff, but it will not jump. So that's what we're waiting on. We're waiting on a magnetic plate that won't be jumping around. Does the blue plate work as well? I don't know. I don't have my blue plate here to test, so I don't know. But you could test it when you get it. You can try to run it through and see if it will work. Let's see. Do you have to have the new machine for 3D folders? I don't think so. I think you can use different setups in the machines that you have. Carol's saying, I have to get that evergreen folder now. Well, I don't blame you. I agree. I love it. It's beautiful. Yep, you do have to install the handle. I think I answered that. Yep, customers can order starting September 1st. I will encourage you, if you've thought about becoming a demonstrator and you just want to give it a try. I mean, you guys, there's no obligation to stick around forever. I mean, not everybody's going to turn Stampin' Up! Into a business. Some people just like to order for the discount. You can get this machine at a really good discount. Get your starter kit now. You put this into your starter kit, it's $120, then find $5 more or less to add to the starter kit, and boom, instant discount. You only pay $99 plus the tax, because the shipping and handling is going to be free. I mean, this is a great way to give a little bit of, you know, put a little fun in your life. See what Stampin' Up! Is all about as a discount hobbyist. I mean, my gosh. That's how I started. I didn't join Stampin' Up! To do all these Facebook Lives and everything. I joined to get my products at cost. So consider doing that and just seeing where it leads you. I mean, it's fun to do something new. Just give it a try. It's just a good time to give it a try. Gosh, do I need coffee or what? Give me a second here. All right, so we'll see. I think I answered most of the questions. A lot of them I can't answer because I'm only using this machine and I'm only using plates that I have. But you can experiment, and if you find it isn't going through easily, then stop and don't do it. All right, well, I'm gonna go. It was so great to see all of you guys, and we'll talk to you soon. I should actually do some stamping and chatting starting on Tuesday. This week was a little different than most weeks. We'll talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.